everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about everything eczema. My name's Christine, and if you haven't seen my first video, I recommend you go check that out just to get to know me a little better. Before I start with today's topic, I just wanted to let you all know that I created an Instagram account. I just found it really hard to keep pushing videos out, especially when I'm busy with work or whatever life gets in the way. I know I promised that I would do more videos consistently and put them out more. But in the meantime, I have the Instagram account just to help with, like putting out info, products, tips, tricks, what have you. Again, it's just easier for me to use Instagram and put that out faster. That way no one's like waiting on me to make these videos. Not that anyone is, but it's just an easier way to get in contact with everybody. Are you really gonna sit there right now? So last year for Valentine's Day, I did a video about dating with eczema. So I wanted to do something a little similar this year for Valentine's, but a little bit more on the self-love route. So I wanted to talk about accepting our eczema, of course, like still dealing with it while dating, but also just loving our skin a little more. I have always had difficulty accepting my skin, whether it be comments from people, like from what they see on my skin, or when I'm scratching, or if I do it too much and people comment. Of course, it affects my self-esteem. I've always had like a lot of trouble with just accepting, obviously. The first time I really thought about how I was gonna deal with my skin and grow up with it was when I was 5 years old. Laying in bed and brushing the flakes off. Also, my bed sheets had so much blood on it because I would scratch so hard that I would get cuts on myself. So I had like blood on my sheets, and then of course the dry skin flakes. I remember one night when I was brushing the flakes off of my bed and just thinking, who's gonna live with me and deal with this? Who's gonna wanna share a bed with me one day when I have all this blood and these flakes? Obviously, I didn't know about sex or anything, but it was just seeing, my parents share a bed. I knew that I would have to do that one day when I grew up. So just having the skin flakes and the blood stressed me the fuck out, and I didn't think that anyone would ever want to share a bed with me. And no 5-year-old should be thinking like this. So it's hard just thinking about how it affected me way back then when I was young, when I shouldn't even be thinking about stuff like that. Growing up, obviously, in middle school, you're not very physical with people, or at least you shouldn't be. So I didn't really have to worry about my skin that much. Also, I already hid it from everybody else, which was really bad. I always wore long sleeves, zip fronts, so I can have like a tank top underneath and just unzip and have it like hang a little so I could hide my arms because I had so many like scratch marks and eczema, whatever. So I never really got comments on my skin from the guys I was dating. And then that kind of followed me into high school. College, I started dating my now husband. So we knew each other for our whole lives since we were 3 years old. So I feel like we never really had to have a conversation about my skin. And I didn't really have to hide anything. When it came to him dealing with the flakes, he never mentioned anything. I believe I tried to hide it from him at first, especially when I had really bad eczema on my scalp and I was scaling. A lot of lymph fluid was coming out, so I would put like tissues and wear headbands to sleep. And I never told him anything. I never said anything to him, so he didn't know what I was dealing with. So again, just hiding it, not really saying anything. It wasn't until we had a break in 2017 where I jumped into the New York dating scene, which obviously just that alone is so hard. Trying to be confident in general about how I look, my body, whatever is difficult. So then just the eczema on top of that was really hard. I was always worrying about if they saw my eczema, what would they say? Obviously the skin flakes is a huge one. And then I'm dressing in front of somebody and having them see my body, like whether it be like scratch marks or just super ashy, and what comments they would make. It was very nerve-wracking and so stressful. I think I said it in my other dating with eczema video where some guy that I was seeing said that I scratched a lot in my sleep. It wasn't until then I felt like I had to start saying something. I felt like I had to be more open and just accepting of what I had. That way it's kind of all out there and it's not weird when they see me. I just started openly talking about my eczema to everybody. Even my coworkers who didn't know jack shit about me, you know, if I was just like scratching in a meeting awkwardly, I'd be like, sorry, I have eczema, you know, just making it something that I could say in front of people. That way I could, you know, do that with someone that I was dating, you know, like normalizing the conversation, making it a topic to just get out of the way and say, so then in the future, when they did see my body, or if they did see something on me, on my arms, or saw me scratching, they wouldn't think I was weird. Also, not that you should worry about what other people say, but I kind of like played in my head sometimes, like maybe he's going and telling his friends like, yeah, she was super cool, but she scratched so much, or she was super ashy, she doesn't take care of herself. You know, like I wanted to open that up to be like, yes, I do take care of myself, I do put on lotion, but it's not the same as everyone else. You know, people can put lotion on like in the beginning of the day and it lasts them like the whole day, you know, and they're totally fine. Whereas with eczema, you're always dry. So I just constantly had to put lotion on and bring my little lotion bottle with me. And I think talking about it and really, you know, putting myself out there brought my confidence up and just in general made me more comfortable with people. I know it sounds weird like trying to bring eczema up in a topic, but I think when you talk about it, it's kind of like talking about nails, you know, like, oh, my nails are so thin, they're always breaking. Or, oh, look at the ends of my hair, like all the split ends that I have, you know? I try to bring it up in those ways so it's not so crazy, you know, just talking about like, oh, like my skin's so dry, like whatever, it's because I have eczema, like eczema like, sucks. You know, that kind of route is what I take. So then people around me, I think they are accepting because of my delivery and because I'm confident when I say it. I don't make it sound like, hey, you know, you guys, like I don't deliver it in a way where they receive it in a weird way. I think when I say it like as if it's normal, they take it that way, which is cool. I know it's hard in general just dealing with eczema and putting on a short sleeve shirt and trying to be confident with whether it be the discoloration, the scratch marks, the scaling. But I think that when we start accepting and just being confident, exuding that confidence, like, yeah, so what? I have discoloration on my skin and like, fuck it, here it is. I think that that is really important at the end of the day, you know, like just accepting yourself more and really putting yourself out there. And when you have that confidence about yourself, you know, like you show that you're not insecure about something that you have that you can't do anything about other than put lotion on or a steroid cream, people really receive that well. And obviously you probably have a great personality and you're funny as hell, but first dates are hard and people will judge you off the bat. So I think that it's great if you just put yourself out there and just exude that confidence. You got this. You can do it. RuPaul says this at the end of every episode, which I love this quote. He says, if you can't love yourself, then how the hell are you gonna love anybody else? And that is the realest shit that I've ever heard because it's true. If you can't accept the flaws that you have from your eczema, you'll just be hiding and nervous all the time. And people pick up on that. And I'm sure people picked up on that from me when I was, you know, trying to date around, like being nervous to take clothes off in front of them with the lights on, you know, just because I didn't want them to see if I was ashy, if I had scratch marks. Like that's tough. So I think when I really owned up to it, it definitely helped with everything. Obviously, I got back together with my boyfriend because now we're married. And I've talked to him about this too, like the skin flakes and how he dealt with that or whatever and how he feels about it. And he kind of just was like, hey, you know, it's kind of like when you shed hair, like it's just on the ground, that's it, you know, and you sweep it up and it's gone. So that really made me feel good because again, this was a fear that I had since I was 5 years old. So the fact that, oh my God, I didn't think I was gonna get emotional. The fact that now I know as an adult that someone can just accept it and not be grossed out by that, like that means a lot. And I wish I can go back and tell my younger self that, just to let her know that she can be confident because someone will love her for her even with the skin flakes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I think it's just really important, again, to address this issue of having confidence even though our skin is difficult. Don't let it make you feel like any type of way, like you can't put yourself out there, that you can't wear that tube top, you know, or that you can't go top, like whatever, you know? And if someone ever says anything nasty to you about your eczema, they probably suck anyway. You don't want to be with that person. Thank you again so much for watching. Like, subscribe, follow my Instagram account again. You can always reach me. I had someone actually reach out to my personal Instagram, which made me definitely feel better about having the Instagram account. That way, you know, you can just DM me, ask me questions, or, you know, whatever recommendations you want, just let me know. So I'll see you on Instagram, or I'll see you in the next video.